பஞ்சு முறுக்கு மந்த்ரா கடலை எண்ணெயில நானே பண்ணுது. ஒரு சேலஞ்ச், உங்களால இந்த மாதிரி முறுக்கு செய்ய முடியுமா? மந்த்ரா கடலை எண்ணெயில முறுக்கு செஞ்சு பாருங்க. ஓகே.
Personally, I am immensely happy because I'm not sure whether any other state has the distinction of having 28 institutions located within the state in top 20. You know, we had put this top 20, it is a tough benchmark, there is no doubt about it. But we thought that there is no point in competing for, if we are going for excellence, then we shouldn't dilute the standard. This is the third such felicitation program that we are having today. We started in 2022, and we have seen how we have been improving. It is obvious. The objective with which we started this were basically twofold. One was our universities were largely functioning in isolation, in silos, more so about our state universities. Even private and private universities, non-state universities, they could be interacting with others, but certainly there was no engagement with state university. So universities functioning in isolation, this is not a desirable situation, because we all know that a scholarship flourishes with exchange, with sharing, cross-fertilization of ideas, exchange of views, practices. So it should break the silo mindset. We have started two events. One is this felicitation of NIRF achievers, and second, Universities Conclave. 2 days we did it in Ooty, where we meet and we talk, we share what we are doing. And we also get experts from outside. We have seen that among the 28 institutions in our state which have been felicitated today, which are in top 20, a number of our state universities have also done very well. They have improved thanks to the vice chancellors, thanks to their team. We remember our prestigious university, Anna University. It used to be behind, but it has improved, even in all India. I'm talking about overall ranking. There has been consistent improvement, and it has the distinction of being the number one among the state universities. So it is something, a matter of pride for us. And for this, of course, I like to thank Professor Velraj and his team for consistent effort. Our other universities have also improved, and they have come in top 20. Our professional universities like agriculture universities, animal husbandry, veterinary animal husbandry university, they have been doing well, they have done better. Non-government universities, some of them, they have retained their position, which is not easy, and some of them have gained. Of course, we have the advantage of having the IIT Madras, which is the number one in overall in the whole country. So we have the presence of the number one. We also have the advantage of having the number one overall in the state category, that is Anna University. So this way is something which is which is a matter of pride for us. Now this conclave of excellence, where those the achievers, they share how did they reach there, what all did they do, because we all know that a lot of work goes behind, a lot of effort goes behind, and when the achiever shares, it becomes an important input for everyone else, and it's an essentially for creating healthy competition, because scholarship is always a matter of competition. The sky is the limit. We should keep competing with ourselves. We should keep competing with our competitors. And as one of the presenters mentioned, that this ranking is a virtuous circle, because once you rank high, it is a public knowledge. You will start getting the best from all over. People, you become a magnet. People say, oh, this is the institution. Usually, when they have this, which is the best institute, some newspapers, some journals, some magazines, they carry this kind of a survey. But we all know that how rigorous and transparent how objective, how up to the maximum possible NIRF ranking is. So NIRF ranking has its own merit. I don't think it can, any other ranking which is loosely done, largely based on perception and all, will come anywhere close to it. So it is a virtuous circle, because higher you achieve, more talent, prospective talent you get. And I would like to thank Director IIT Madras for giving us the insight also that how it is done, because after all, when they frame these parameters and when they go into the detailed mechanics of it, being the number one in the country, IIT Madras has a say, and so we had the benefit of listening to IIT Madras. I am very happy that many of our institutions have started collaborating with each other. Initially, we used to hear our universities only doing collaboration with some foreign countries, but not collaboration with among ourselves. I thought it was not a very happy situation, because after all, when we have, every university has something good, every institution has something good, something worth sharing. So when we meet, we share, we learn. I am also aware that quite a few of our institutions have started not only collaborating with each other, but also collaborating with IIT Madras. IIT Madras is also now expanding. It's going to the new areas. In fact, in the field of intellectual property and all, they have established a very, very high benchmark, and I'm sure they will continue moving forward. Because after all, you can always improve. Even if you are number one, you can always improve in terms of number of patents, number of that is intellectual property that you create, number of startups that these incubators that come up here, which eventually lead to fructified and good, that is scaling up in business. Now, I would like just one, since it is a day of celebration, we are all happy because our state has done so well. Private universities, the state universities, they have done very well. Now, a few note of caution that I would like to sound here. Now, we know that one criteria is faculty, PhD faculty. Now, PhD faculty is intended, this parameter is there on a presumption that we will produce quality PhDs. That is important. And here I would like to urge our institutions to take care that PhD quality must be excellent. And in general universities, not about as far as professional universities are concerned, there are standards which you cannot just afford to compromise. You have to keep up. But our non-professional universities, which are general universities where you teach many subjects, there I would urge that you ensure that the quality of PhD improves. Because presumption should not be falsified, that a PhD holder is not worth it, then that's not a good situation. We had a meeting of our state vice chancellors, and one suggestions which I have given to them, that those of our PhD aspirants, when they are doing the masters, they should be exposed to NET JRF competitions. Because, in fact, on that count also there has been improvement. We have seen is consistent improvement, 2022, 2023, 2024, of course, we didn't have it as yet. But we have seen the improvement in our number of NET JRF. Even among non-professional colleges, there is an improvement. But I think we need to take it more, because the number of PhD that we produce is pretty large, but we must ensure that the quality is not compromised. Therefore, organizing a kind of a course or a coaching or guidance for such students, whether they are in first year of master or the second year of master, preferably the first year master itself, they should be exposed, because many students would be making up their mind, okay, they would do PhD. Some of them would do it at the last minute, that's okay. But majority of them would be forming up their mind that, okay, I'll go for PhD. So a course, a guidance course, how to prepare for NET JRF. Because we know that in our non-professional colleges, PhD fellowship is very, very low, otherwise, is very low. Number one. Number two is, if one goes through the rigor of preparation, then the student, the fellow is refined, becomes more competent. We should conduct these courses and invite resource persons. We have resource persons everywhere within the state universities as well as in the private universities. And I would suggest this even to the private non-government universities, because non-government deemed to be institutions also. Some of the non-governments are doing very well in terms of NET JRF PhD. This we should aspire in every institution, even in the non-government and in the government.